Yes. Okay. So, good evening to one and all. We are today for the 18th Alumni G Meet talk from the 2018 batch Shravani. So, I'm very happy to have her. I have already shared her bio, but one very distinctive feature which I want to specifically say here, which could be uh, something that the present generation, present young students can take it up, is her unwavering commitment to the department activity. Especially, I think she was part of the infrastructure team, and she made very distinctive, special contribution in keeping up of the things that belongs to the ISAG student chapter. So as this talk is also as part of the ISAG student chapter, I think her work along with her own teammates, classmates, and her close friends, which she get together to make sure that the infrastructure team is kept up all their task goes to Shavani, and probably one another very distinctive change that she brought in over their period is that infrastructure was still then a separate team. But it is after the good suggestion of the then infrastructure team, of which she was a part, we made sure that infrastructure is not a standalone team, rather it get merged with the other clusters of CAPE. Now, why this is very important for me, I want to take a little longer time to tell, is usually people will think to keep their team very distinct enough. They don't want to lose the identity of their team, because then only they think that good work can be done. That was very different of the recommendation what they made during the end of their term, that not to have a very distinctive identity, separate identity as an infrastructure team of CAPE, but rather they strongly suggested to dissolve a separate infrastructure team and then make it as part of the sub team or a sub representation in every other team. That's because they clearly understood that it is for the larger good every team should work, and not for any single team's uh, well-being or a greatness. So it's not how best a team is, it's rather how best the entire CAPE or the entire department is. So it is with this holistic picture I would very fondly and reverentially recollect that they recommended that the distinct identity of infrastructure team can be dissolved and can be merged with every team, so that it makes very good success and helps in more effective coordination. It was already effective, but they want to make it seamless coordination, rather, I would say. So I take this opportunity to thank Shravani for coming forward to talk. So thank you, Shravani, and you can continue. Yeah, if you have a slide, you can do a slide share, or otherwise it can be just a free talk. Thank you. Yeah, continue.
Thank you so much, sir, uh, for the very brief introduction. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, juniors and my fellow mates and my seniors. Just a small introduction about myself. I'm Shravani. I did my BTech in chemical engineering and passed out at 2018, and I have a PPT, but I just want to take a first 10 minutes. I just want to explain my journey from Tanjore to Hyderabad, and I just got a new job over here through walk-in interview, and I also did a part-time job over here in a new city. I just want to take first 10 minutes in that. After that, I'll just share my PPT, and let's go through about leadership principles later. First, yeah, Cape and alumni meet were the two events held on 2017 year, and that made me to realize my passion towards event management. things, and I got to know what are the teams we really need and what are the things each and every team needs, and also why we felt that we should have a separate no, we should not have separate team, because no, each and every teams will know what are the things they really need. So it's better to have two people as infra team in their own teams. That's what I felt. We all felt, me, Prasanna, and Sandhya, like we were like we were final years. We decided that, and Naren sir also said okay about that. Yeah, I did not get no, I did not sit for campus placements like TCS and all. I wanted to get into our chemical engineering course side. I was not very good at academics. I was an average student, but still I like the chemical engineering subjects, but I did not do very well at my academics. I did not sit for as I said, TCS or IT companies. I did not sit, but this is the only one company I sat for is Omics International. I heard it's an event management company. They are very much interested in arranging conferences, scientific conferences. So I was very much into Cape. So I thought that job will suit me. So I want to take that as my career. So I just sat for that. I wrote an exam first, and later in the month of June, they asked me for an Skype interview. I gave, and they asked me the job location is over Hyderabad. Then I said okay, because for past 21 years I have been with my mom and dad, always a day scholar. I just want to move to new city and get to know a lot of people, a lot of exposure. I just said yes, and I joined. Omics International. But later, after 1.5 months, I did not like that company much. I could not. I feel I could not work over there, and I took a very bold decision later that I will resign this job. Uh, without without even having some other job in my hand, I just left it. That was so bold decision. Even my parents said, if you're not comfortable with the job, it's fine, quit it and just come back to Tanjore, they said. But what I felt is like, unless and until I get some other job, I'm not going back to my hometown. uh, I came here, Hyderabad. I feel whatever happens, there is a reason behind. So I came here, Hyderabad. I traveled around 900 kilometers from Tanjore to Hyderabad. Yes, there is a reason. So unless and until I get a job, I'm not going to move to my hometown, I said. That no, I was on fire that I should get some job. It's not like I should get into chemical engineering field or something. After like doing 4 years of chemical engineering, I'm jobless. That was like a lot of peer pressure in me. I just wanted to get a job. Then I was staying in a hostel. I have to pay around no 6.5K for my basic needs, hostel fees. My dad was okay to pay that fees, but I don't know. After doing BTech in chemical engineering, I'm still jobless, and I have to get money from my dad. Some guilty conscience was there. Then I just told my dad, I'll do a part-time job, because many of my friends, they are studying abroad, they are doing MS, they are doing a lot of part-time jobs. They are they are doing there. Why can't I do over here? It's a new city. Let me explore stuff. Then I just went for a went in search of part-time jobs, because I want to do a part-time job, just because the rest of the time I can just invest on my walk-in interviews. I heard like cities like Chennai, Hyderabad, Pune, and yeah, Bangalore. A lot of walk-in interviews goes on. So I just want to try walk-in interviews, and I had a lot of all the documents ready with me, and I also prepared resume for my part-time job also. I just went to Domino's, Pizza Hut, and a lot more supermarkets. They said, you are an engineer, we won't give you part-time job. Okay, fine, but engineers are everywhere. They are doing almost all the job. Why can't you give me part-time job? No, ma'am, we can't give you. Then there was only one shop. It's a juice shop. It's called as Drunken Monkey. It's actually famous over here and also in the main cities. And when told my dad that yeah, I got a job in a juice shop, it's called as Drunken Monkey, they thought that it's a pub or something. They are like Like, what is that? It's, I just said it's a juice shop where where they make juices and milkshakes and all, even sandwiches they make. And they were even more shocked that I was the only girl working there, and my co-workers were all were guys. And but what I felt is the owner was lady, and she was very, compatible, and she said, first just try for 2 days. If you could manage, you can go for the part time. Then I was working in a kitchen. I don't even know how to cut pineapple, watermelon. I was very pampered kid, and I know big knives and all was very new to me. I was chopping the vegetables, fruits, and I learned how to make milkshakes and juices. The good thing is, before serving to the customers, we just have to take a no shot and have to just taste it. So I almost tried all the milkshakes, juices, and I was first in the kitchen for few weeks. Later, I was working in the front side. Front end is a customer service side where I have to carry a they serve juices in a glass bottles. I have to just carry juice bottles, and I have to carry 5 or 6 at a time. First time I was very nervous how I'm going to carry that. Sometimes it slips also. I just have to serve, and I have to be very humble, ma'am. What do you want, sir? What do you want to have? And have to very humble. And sometimes if they don't like the juices or shakes, they'll just directly yell on your face. And for that also, "Oh, sorry, ma'am. We have to just apologize and get back and get a new shake and all." That also, it was a very good experience. Then this third thing, I was into the billing section also, where I have to accept orders from Swiggy, Zomatos, and I have to handle with money. And before no before I go, I have to just all I have to settle all the I have to balance sab kuch karke. I have to give it to the in charge, the next in charge, and I have to go. I just did my part-time job from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. The rest of the time, the morning, from morning 10 a.m. the walk-in interview starts. Around no few companies I went. Only positive thing is I know little bit of Hindi. I can manage because I studied at Kendra Vidyalaya from 6th to 10th. So somehow I can manage Hindi very well. That's the only positive thing I had. That's why I could manage. No, in Hyderabad, once you are after Tamil Nadu, you have to learn some other language apart from Tamil. Uh, I learned Hindi. That's good. I somehow managed. I could speak with no auto walas and everyone. And some days I have to. Once I remember, I went for Tech Mahindra interview. I just have to catch around 5 share autos from high tech city. It's like a very no, it's a village type. I have to go there, and got I rejected. This happens frequently. Uh, 3 or 4 companies I attended, I'll be rejected. Then I'm like little frustrated, and I got a few contacts from Naren sir, one of our seniors. He's in teaching side. Even Preeti helped me, my batchmate. She helped me because I was interested in teaching side. She also helped me in for facing interviews at Byju's. Even one of our seniors, Ashwin from 2014 batch, he was guiding me for getting me into teaching field. But that does not work out. Then finally, December, I went for Amazon job. Okay, this just I will just give a try, because it's a very big company. How am I going to crack that? That was a very big question. And my roommates, they supported me a lot. Her name is Varalakshmi. She was working in Dell, and also Monisha. Few of my hostel mates, they supported me a lot. Even my parents, they gave me my time and freedom. And part time also, I was earning a very good money. And around 2 months I worked there. After that, my parents and relatives, they were like, no, just stop it, it's not going to work out. Sorry, okay, then I just stopped it. Then on no, December 21st, I just went for the walk-in interview. 2018, December 21st, 2018, I just went for the walk-in interview. I have to first no give my signature in the register book. I saw the serial number was around 200. I was like, what 200? I'm not going to no enter this building only. Like around 200 people are there. How am I going to get this? Then people were keep on coming the throughout day till 2 p.m. They can come from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So it was just only 10-15 or something. Already 200 people came. I said, this I'm not going to do. Okay, then no. randomly my mom called me. She said, just go and see, just an experience. Then I just went in, and around 4 rounds. First was the basic English test, second was listening skill, next is typing skill, last is critical thinking questions, and finally my final round was at 7:30. Finally I just did it. Then they just called 5 people and they said, here, you just cleared all the rounds and you have one more round, that is called HR round. I was like, I thought I'm done with all the interviews, but they did not leave me. They said there is one more round that's very important. You will have HR round and also operations round. Okay, then there are 2 more rounds. Just wait. No, it's December 25th now. So after December 25th, we'll call you. I was just waiting for the call. Then finally I got it. Then HR round again. People are like around 100 people are waiting in that room. Again 100. Okay, fine. Then and it took hours, and I just went, and she asked me a lot of questions. Finally I got a job and joined Amazon at no, on Jan 14th 2019, and it's been around 1 year and 5 months or something. This is my how I got into a job, and I got lot of experience and lot of exposure, and it was so totally safe. And I was working in part-time job, and they are my very good friends now. We used to even have even now we have contacts. They my co-workers were very they were from very poor economical background. They like, and they used to tell their story, and they were helping me how to cut fruits and how to be very fast, because Friday, Saturday, Sunday we'll be having lot of orders from Swiggy's. We have to be very very fast, very proactive. At a time we have to make lot of juices. The manager will yell at us if we are very slow, and we have to be clean also. The place must be very clean, and there will be on camera where the owner will be watching us. If something goes wrong, she will call us or something. It was like a lot of stressful, and it was fun too. um yeah, I used to work for 6 days, 1 day week off. And that one day will not be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was like that. And yeah, it somehow I just got a job in Amazon, and I could see the difference, the part-time job and the Amazon. It's like heaven with very good workplace ambience, and very good work culture, I can say. So, moving to our topic, my title is Thriving Through Life's Uncertainties. Yeah, life gives lot of surprises. It gives only surprise, I feel, because I never know that I'll be coming to Hyderabad. I'll be getting a job in Amazon. I never thought about that. Everything is a surprise. So, how to just flourish through those surprises? That's what I want to tell. Um, I attended Amazon's training. In that, one of the training thing is Amazon's 14 leadership principles. It's a very good leadership principles, but I want to apply those principles in my own life, because I feel every one of us are leaders. We just have to the situation brings the leadership principles in us out. uh, so I just want to go through I want let's go through the leadership principles. Like, the I just took the title the same way, but my perception and what the company said is little different. I'll just present now. No, sorry. uh, can you able to see my screen? Yeah.
No, it's not.
uh,
So
can
share
you
it. Share it from the
yeah,
present
I've
now. You have
shared.
to share. Yeah, it is sharing now. Yeah,
Okay, okay. Can you able to
yeah,
screen the
wait.
just
Yeah,
see
yeah,
plain
wait.
PPT? Mm. Yes, just a plain slide. Can you able to
Yeah,
see that? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it's
Then
a
fine.
plain slide. Yeah, continue.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, then fine. I won't be able to see the chat
Yeah,
section now.
you will not see the chat section, but that's okay.
Mm,
So when the
mm.
questions comes, you can take at the end.
Okay, fine, fine. Okay,
So
then
you
I'll
can
just
just
run
see
through
your
the
PPT and
slides.
yeah, that's all.
Okay, fine. Okay. So every one of us is a leader. Then this is a very good picture, I like it. This tells us how we see ourselves, and leader of our own life. Yes. And the next three slides I'm going to show you. No, I'm a no, I'm a quote lover. I love quotes and thoughts, and I just try to implement wherever the situation, wherever it is possible to implement. So first is this one: do not impede others' happiness, peace, and freedom in pursuit of your own. This is I can say that this can be a definition of morality, or what is the rightness. This is told by our one of our seniors. His name is Ashwin from 2014 batch. This inspired me a lot because I always question a lot about which is right and which is wrong. So this defines, and this is very complete. This is the one. Next is: time and freedom are the boundlessly best gifts one could gift or to be gifted with. This I could relate with myself. Just because my parents gave me freedom, I could travel this much distance from Tanjore to Hyderabad. I came over here, and they gave me time to find my own job. So freedom and time they gave me. So these are the best gifts, I feel. This is the second quote. And third is like, you can have a different perception, but I like this quote: when you like a flower, you pluck it, but when you love a flower, you water it daily. So I just want to go through no just want you to go through all these three quotes which I inspired a lot. Then okay, we are going to see about the 14 main leadership principles. I'm going to showcase only 13 of them because the 14th one is only business based. The first one: the company see it as customer obsession. The company always put customers in the first before them, and people work backwards. Customers were all the first option, but for our life, we should put ourselves first. It's not being selfish. It's about knowing about yourself. Who am I? First of all, what are your likes and dislikes? And change is always permanent. We do have a lot of change in our thought process, and also no physical change, everything. We just have to accept. You just have to accept you as you are. That's more important. It's the self obsession. So just self centered, and after that you can just extend that circle to your parents, your close circle friends, and your teachers. You can just extend that. So self obsession is very important thing. That's what I feel. So I just saw customer obsession as self obsession over here in my own life. Next is ownership. This is one of my favorite leadership principles, because leaders are owners of what? Owners of our own decisions. Because in many situations we have to take yes or no. Sometimes we have unsure option also. So whatever decision we take, yes or no, we just have to accept our own decisions, and we just have to own it. So we are the owners of our own decision. That's what ownership all about. In company's point of view, it's like we can't say this is not my job, that is not my job. We just have to take ownership of many things. Even though you are working in some other process, suppose you feel something is wrong in while you are crossing or something, you can just take the ownership, and you can just inform the inform the in charge or something. It's like that. And I also feel you also own what you don't own. This I have a different perception. This is like I studied Bhagavad Gita in my eighth semester. In that, this body and this identity, I as a Shravani, it now I own, but actually we don't own. After that, it is like our body is like clothes. We just change. Our soul will go from one body to another. It's like that. So I just see this. You also own what you don't, in that way. While taking decisions, we'll take right decision and also wrong decision sometime. Never blame yourself for the no wrong decisions, because I have my own no personal experience. I used to blame myself a lot for not doing well in my chemical engineering, because I could not make my career in chemical engineering. That I was like, no, I used to blame a lot, but that does not give any solution. It just makes me feel low. That's all. So blaming yourself for any mistakes we do, that does not work. So we just have to accept, yeah, I just did a mistake. That's fine. Maybe if we feel guilty, we should not repeat it. That's all. Then don't, we should not blame ourselves. And if we do very, if we take very good decisions, or if we do something good, we are actually, we have to appreciate ourselves first. We should not seek others. Okay, this person may appreciate me or something. First, we have to appreciate yourself for the small things we do. That's all. This is all about ownership. Then discover and simplify. In this slide, I have just put three leadership principles together. That is discover and simplify, learn and be curious, and think big. What I felt is discovering our outlets, because we have a lot of talents, and lot of skills we do have. We just have to discover it, what we are really passionate about. We just have to discover it. And after discovering, we do have dislikes, and we do expect lot of things from people or from the situation. If that does not if that does not comes out our like same as our expectations, that obviously disappoint us, and we see that as a problem. So just simplify the problems and discover the outlets. These are the most important things. And we just have to organize and prioritize our things. That is also very important. And most importantly, we have to first review by ourselves. Not like someone have to, yeah, you did not do this, you did not do that. That does not work out. Reviewing by ourselves is also very important. Then learn and be curious. uh, if you want to learn something, yeah, first thing is we just have to be curious. Just because I learned a Hindi language, I could easily communicate over here, I could sustain over here. Just we just have to learn things and just be curious. First is being curious, and then obviously we'll learn things. That's what. Then think big. It's not like thinking big matlab, it's not like you have to think big things, like getting a bungalow or something, earning around 10 lakhs per year. It's not like that. Whatever simple idea, simple thing you want to do, just think in an extent, so that it have a maximum impact or something. That is think big. So these are the three things. Next, moving on to the next one. Or write a lot. That means people or write a lot, but not always. This is the famous picture, everyone knows about this. I just see this in a positive note. We take decisions yes, no, and unsure. This unsure option says that we are confused about something. So we will seek for people for their guidance. They have their own instincts. As I said before, everyone is a leader. Everyone have good instincts and their own perceptions and their own ideas. We obviously will seek, if we are confused about our decisions, or if you want to take a decision, we'll just seek for the people's ideas. So it's okay. They will give their own ideas. It's okay to listen or hear, but final decision is it's on our hand. In this case, this picture, sometimes we don't even seek to people. They give their own ideas. Example, I'm working in Amazon, but I did chemical engineering. People do ask, you did chemical engineering, but you are in working in non-core. How like, it's not fair. They feel that. And sometimes, suppose I'm working in a plant, but people feel, you're working in a plant, you may have health hazard. It's not safety for you. You can work in a MNC company, that's actually chill job. They feel that also. So we can't keep changing ourselves because of others ideas or something. It's always okay to hear and be open to the ideas. And the final decision is in on our hand. The previous slide, we saw the ownership. all these leadership principles are interconnected. It does not work in isolation. You are allowed to seek for ideas, but final decision is on our side, on my hand, and I have to take a final decision, and I just have to own it. Then, yeah, this is, yeah, insist on high standard. This is one of the leadership principles. Whatever work you do, it's not like this is a small job or big job. You just have to like it. That's more important. If you like it, just go for it. And there are a lot of professions, there are a lot of career opportunities, yes. We just have to like the job we are doing, and we just have to give our 100%. That's, it's all about the quality. So whatever work I'm doing, I just have to give 100%. uh, Actually, what happened when I joined Amazon, I was like, I was on complete zeal. I was very enthusiastic. I was working very well. Suddenly I thought, I had a thought that, okay, why am I here? Like, why should be in a chemical engineering field, then only I'm a successful person? Like, all those thought I had, I could not perform well. Then there was a sudden dip in my performance. It was like that. So whatever job you do, just we have to give 100%, because obviously that is paying me salary. That I did not realize, and my performance was dipping. Even my managers shocked, why there is a sudden dip in your performance? Because I was just thinking about something which I'm not working for. It is just a daydreaming type, and that affected my current job. That we should not do. Whatever job we do, we should give our 100% in that. That's the quality. And even Naren sir tell us, like, if you have a tea shop, even you can own a tea shop, you should give the best tea. Like that, whatever career option we choose, we should give our best. That is all about insisting on high standards. And this is next is bias for action. This is very famous Panchatantra story. Everyone knows, the man will be dreaming about, he'll be having a pot full of rice, and he'll be dreaming that there will be a scarcity of food in his town. He'll be selling that rice. He'll be getting silver coins. After that, he'll get a goat, and after selling that goat, he'll be getting a cow, and he'll be getting milk, and he'll be selling that. He'll be no he'll be building castles in the air, and he'll be, building a house, and he'll be married to a girl, and he'll be having a children. Finally, in his dream, he'll just kick his wife or something in some fight. He'll just kick that pot, all the rice will fall down. So why am I saying this? Because bias for action is all about, we daydream a lot, we think a lot, we set goals a lot, but we sometimes we miss to take action upon that. So it's not enough to just think, it's also just we need to act. And also we have to act very fast. That is also important. And the next question is, when we have to act, we can't go back, and we can't go back to our past and just fix things. We can't do that. And even we can't go to the future. We don't have any time machine or something. We can't go to the future and predict things. What we have is right now, this moment I'm on live with you guys. Whatever I was thinking, I want to talk, I just can give my best only right now. That is more important. Only now our mind and our body and even our intellect work with a very good coordination. Or else, if you are just thinking, only our mind works, nothing else. And we also, lot of times, we also brood about our past, and also our future. That always gives worries, but nothing gives a solution. So always just work and give your 100% in the present. And I can say it in a Tamil. uh, பாஸ்ட்ல வந்து எதிர்காலம்ங்கிறது நம்மளோட கையில இல்ல. அது வந்து ஒரு காம்பவுண்ட்ல நிக்கிற ஒரு பூனை மாதிரி. இந்த பக்கமும் ஜம்ப் பண்ண வாய்ப்பு இருக்கு, இந்த பக்கமும் ஜம்ப் பண்ண வாய்ப்பு இருக்கு. அதே மாதிரி கடந்த காலம்ங்கிறது ஒரு உடைஞ்ச பானை மாதிரி. அது உடைஞ்சு போச்சு, நம்ம அதுல எதுவுமே பண்ண முடியாது. ஆனா இப்ப இருக்கிற நிகழ்காலம்ங்கிறது நம்ம கையில இருக்கு. So this moment is inevitable and we have control on it. So bias for action is all about, just think. Whatever you're thinking, just act now, and act now fastly. That's all. Next is frugality. I realized this one only in this quarantine, because frugality is all about you have resources, how you use it, how you invest it properly, but not wasting it. I see this both in financial investment and also both in emotional investment. What are the things you are in really need of, and what are the things you want? If you just have a comparison, what we really want is like ocean. We really want lot of things. Whatever we see, whatever we like, we just want it. But whatever we are in really need of is very handful. That's what I realized in my quarantine, because I'm just shut in a hostel, and I have all the basic needs right now. I'm just paying for my hostel. That's all. No other extra wantingness. So this I did not realize it before. And yeah, even I got guidance from one of our seniors. She's Rukmani from 2013 batch. She asked me a lot of questions: how much you are investing, and how much you are saving. All of these questions she asked me. She took care, and she asked all of these things. We get salary, but we really don't know what are the expenditure. It just goes like that. So even we my father and my grandpa, they used to maintain a no expenditure note, kanaku note they call. But we are not doing, many of us are not doing. We just go and randomly get things. That to these supermarkets, we'll be having two or three things in the mind, but we go to supermarket, randomly get things, munchies, everything. We just get and come. So we just have to plan and invest something. Even we can invest our salary for getting some skills, like I want to know how to drive a car, and I want to learn dancing, everything. These are the things, the like whatever which adds value you can invest. That is all about frugality. This In my company's point of view, they invest a lot in getting ergonomic chairs that's very comfortable for an employee. They have to sit around for 8 hours and work. They invest a lot in that. They invest on lights, and also they invest lot in sanitations and all. They give lot of importance to that. But they won't unnecessarily spend money on decorating things, or they won't have cameras in our floor. That also, it's like we are trustworthy, and they don't need that. Mm, so these are about the frugality. Then earn trust. I completely agree that we are not at all dependent now. We are connected with like each other. Man is a social animal, of course. I'm like I'm dependent on my parents still, and I'm dependent on my friends. Many times I need their support. So earning trust is all about no, we are getting connected with people. We have connection with people. So it's about living up to our commitments and being transparent with them, and just be supportive. So earning trust is all about making connections. Next, deep dive. And this I could relate with my career, because I confuse myself a lot regarding my career. I should whether continue and excel whatever I'm doing right now, and I just have to grow within this organization, or I just have to go into my chemical engineering field. This question I had a lot. And what is deep diving? Matlab, you just have to deep dive, stay connected within yourself. You just have to see what are your interest. And this, on my right side, finding your ikigai, this picture was sent by my best friend. His name is Akash. He just sent me. I was discussing about my career, no, I was very confused. He just sent me this picture. Thank you for that, Akash. He asked me this four question: what I love, what I'm good at, and what the world needs from me, and what can I be paid for. These are the four things you can ask yourself, so that you can choose your own career path. And sometimes we get influenced by the people, our own friends. So just plan your career and give yourself no time alone. I am an extrovert person. I used to be always with people, always with my friends. Even I have 2 days of week off, I won't spend alone. I don't know, I was fear of being alone, but this quarantine made me to be alone and give time, a lot of time for myself, and lot of realizations, and that actually helps. So give time for yourself. These are my like my suggestions, I can say. this is all about deep dive within yourself. Next is have backbone and disagree and commit. Yes, this in company stand, I can say we'll be working as a team. We'll have to discuss about something, and finally, as a team, we should have only one idea. So people do have. Each one of us have different ideas. We are allowed to present it, and sometimes we are allowed to defend some ideas also. That is what, like, presenting and defending our ideas is like having backbone. We are allowed to present our ideas. That's important. And also people will have their own ideas, maybe you won't like it, and sometimes you have to disagree that yes, I don't like it. But saying no is not at all bad, it is an art actually. Disagreeing is actually not always bad. Yeah, we can also say no to some things, some people, it's fine. And how you say that is more important. Just be humble. Whether if you say yes or no, just be humble. That's all important. And we have to sometimes accept the situation and people as they are, and that is more important over here. And that is all about disagree means saying no in a humble way, and you can also explain to that people why you are disagreeing. That is more important. Sometimes even our parents and we have some no conversations, and we just disagree them. It's okay to explain them and say no. And being humble is all important. And commit. Yes, and as I told you, we have a team meeting, and when we come out we should have only one idea. Maybe I may I may have an idea which is exactly opposite to that idea. But finally, as a team, we should respect that and we have to commit it. So in your own life, maybe everyone will do mistakes, even we have no wrong ideas or something. People will point out and we just have to commit it. Yeah, it's wrong, and we just have to commit that it's done. Okay, fine, we have to accept that ideas as well. And next, yeah, all these 13 around 12 leadership principles gives a rough idea towards delivering result. This is the final leadership quality. Like whatever you want to achieve, we have to work upon it. And the rest of the leadership principles we saw, those helps us to deliver results. Matlab, what I feel is achieving something you want, you think, and always being happy, and and also making others happy too. So these are the leadership principle. I just explained it. Yeah, I'll just stop the presentation now. So I'll just ask if any one of you have doubts, you can just ask me.
Hello.
Hello. Huh, sir.
Yeah, 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 Shravani, that's thanks. This is like too very high intensity bombardment of principles for somebody to take it in something like half an hour to even ask a query.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
But maybe till we get questions in the chat window, I
Yes, sir.
just want to ask two things because it may help juniors.
Okay, sir.
One question. The first question is, what would be the typical issues someone will face, especially a girl will face in a faraway, distant place
Hmm.
when they go for job?
Hmm.
You need not give very specific references because this is going to be in public domain, so you can slightly
Yeah.
mask the
Polishly.
actual
Hmm.
characters. Yeah, actual
Yes.
characters. But I
Yes.
just want to know
Hmm.
what could be the typical issues, and the most important, what measures can somebody take if they venture out?
Okay.
I mean, like how to face those issues. Eventually, they have to face these issues, or
Hmm.
how they should make themselves prepared to be in a foreign place. Foreign
Okay.
place, what I mean is away from their hometown, away from their comfort zone.
Yeah. Yeah, sir. Um, First is parents will be very much worried, even if you do not pick calls, two or three missed calls. If you do not pick up, they'll be very much worried. You just have to be like, keep updating your parents. That's more important. They'll panic a lot, because recently they called me around 15 times because I just went for a walk. I did not have my phone with me. They panic a lot. They are very far, and we can't know, if you have homesick or something and you are very much away from parents, you can't meet them regularly. Uh, and um, um, and yeah, and choosing a good hostel is also important. Not randomly go to some hostel or something. And staying in a very safe good hostel is also important. mm, what else? And choosing friends, yes. um, School friends and our college friends will be very much different from the friends we may meet in a new city. And sometimes we can't open out everything, something like that. We just little bit be careful with the new friends or something. And and I don't feel like there are a lot of problems in coming out. We just have to be little bold also. Yeah, like, um, knowing language is also important. I feel once we are out of Tamil Nadu, um, we are like, no more Tamil, and you just have to know some other language, because you just have to travel in a no public no transport or something. It's always easy if you know the language, or else you will be easily misguided. Knowing language is also very important. um, uh, and working in, yeah, I did my part-time job that time also. Yeah, it was safe there. Even though my co-workers were a lot of boys, I did not face any issues. um, um I did not do my part-time job after 9 p.m. or something. I used to come back to hostel only twice or something. I did overtime till 11 p.m. But where I am staying it's a high-tech city. It's really safe. It's fine, and everything is on our hand. It's okay. Just have a company wherever you go or something.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you can take the questions that is there in the
Yes.
chat. Just read the questions and then probably you can answer
Yes,
also.
it's from Aditya. What did you mean by emotional investment? Okay, could you throw some light on it? Okay, emotional investment. Yes, this is little sensitive, Aditya. Fine. What I felt is like, uh, we do. Emotional investment. Okay, fine, it is little sensitive. Yeah, I'll just say it in a no rough scale. Mm, Maybe you will like some person, you will be like emotionally attached with that person, maybe friends or someone else. um, they will We just have to think whether that emotional attachment is really healthy or not. uh, this going to work out in a long run or not. It's like that. It's about emotional attachment with people, with friends. uh, Actually, as per Bhagavad Gita, emotional attachment itself, it's a wrong thing. We can't do that. We can't get emotionally attached with people. Even if you get emotionally attached with your own parents, you can't stay this much alone. You will be always having homesick. That too, if you are a pampered kid, that's more bad. Yeah, emotional attachment, I meant this only. I hope I answered, Adi. Maybe not completely.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, you proceed.
Yeah, next, Aditya PG. Akka, can you give some tips on how to start taking actions? Okay, how to start taking actions. Fine. Uh, how to start taking actions? Fine. Good. Yeah, as I said, you can take actions only that present moment. Suppose it depends on the situation. I'll give you some example. I want to go to gym, and I want to be like, I want to become very fit. So I have an idea that I want to go to gym, and I have to just reduce this much kgs or something. The action is like, the next day, that particular time, you have to wake up first. That's the first action. Next, you have to go to the gym. That's the second action. And just you have to properly work out there. That is one. And doing it 1 or 2 days is not a big deal. You just have to do it continuously. So it depends on the from one situation to another situation. It just depends. Taking actions, I just gave an example. Maybe it depends on the situation. Adi, did I
Uh,
answer you?
can I just add on to this? See, what you need to by
Hmm.
taking action is nothing like. I'll tell you my own example.
Okay.
I have a submission on fifth, right?
Okay.
And it is a major submission for me. It is my project's interim paper. So
Okay.
I was supposed to start typing the interim paper as per my plan
Hmm.
on yeah yesterday, but
Okay.
some other thing popped up that I couldn't do it. Okay,
Okay.
so had I should have started yesterday, but I didn't. Okay, but
Okay.
if you start when you start doing the work, you
Hmm.
should not let your mind move out of it
Yeah.
unnecessarily, and you should start
Yes.
doing the work because you don't know
Yes.
what is going to happen tomorrow. Today, I fell. I mean, I slipped. I fell down. I got a cramp, and I was lying down the whole day. I couldn't get up, right?
Yes.
So
Hmm.
so you don't know what is going to happen to you tomorrow if the tomorrow's time is available for you for that
Hmm.
particular work. So
Yeah.
better use the time that you have now. So
Yeah.
if you have something important and you have time, start doing the work. And you may not know how to start it, but just thinking about how to go with the work will not help you do.
Exactly.
If it's a writing work, you just need to write down something. Once you write down something, at least if even if it is not good for the report, you
Hmm.
will at least know this is not the way I should proceed.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
you will delete it, and you will delete one option of going. Like you might have multiple ways of writing something, and you will delete. Okay, I should not go with this method because it is not going to help me get marks or something like that. So
Hmm.
just utilize the time that you have today and start working on it.
Yeah. 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 Correct. Correct, Harrier.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
Thanks, Akka and Anna.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
thank you.
depends on the situation, Adi. You can just plan and think whatever you want, but only the action is we can do it only that time. We can't we can just plan it. Only if you want to do some work at 7 a.m., only at that 7 a.m. you can do that. uh, Only that moment we can work. That moment is actually inevitable. That's what even I feel. But everyone, it's a fact, but everyone do mistake. We won't if we plan that, we even know I want to do gymming, I want to no I plan I want to wake up by 7, but sometimes no, I just sleep. It happens with everyone. Even it is explained in Bhagavad Gita what's the difference between Duryodhana and Arjuna. Yeah, both ask the same question. I think in fourth chapter Arjuna asked this question. Even Duryodhana asked, actually what he said is, Duryodhana knows what is right and what is dharma, but still he could not follow it. And the next is, he also know what is adharma, but he but he's always attached to that. He don't know what is that force. But even Arjuna also asked the same question. I know what are the things I should do. This is dharma and I should do. But sometimes no, we won't do that. Only difference between Arjuna and Duryodhana, why Krishna recited no Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, just because Arjuna wanted to know, and he just wanted to rectify his mistake. Why am I not going? Am I not able to do that? That's the only thing. Because everyone know we have plan, but we won't work for it. We just have to analyze, why am I not doing on that particular time? Why am I not working on that? That's the only question we all should have, like Arjuna. Then Aditya Pijay. Okay, Srinidhi. In my opinion, detached attachment is best for all relationship. I feel this detached attachment, it's very easy to say, but in practical life, we obviously will get attached to people if we like or love people, because we friends, we love each other. Obviously we get emotionally attached, and I don't know how we can be detached. Neetu, can you just explain me about that? I want to learn how we can be like detached attachment. Can you just throw some light on it, Neetu? Srinidhi, can you hear me, Neetu?
No, no, I think probably she is not able to speak. You go to the next one.
Okay, okay, fine. Your question, sir. Okay, Naren sir asked question. Any tips or guidance on how to say no or disagree in a professional place? Okay, in polite way. Okay, yeah. I have an example. It happened today. We have introduced some changes in our process. So mainly our process is little bit classified into two now, and we also introduced one more process just because of this COVID. Because FCs are working, fulfillment centers are working in foreign countries. People started questioning, are they following proper distance, 6 feet ka distance, are they following? So for this they have created a software, and they have, through machine learning, we are working on it. So this is also one of the process. It's not necessary that all the associates working in this VBI should also work in that. Managers randomly select people for this. So today my manager asked me whether will you be able to do the new process, and I feel I can nominate your name. He just said, I'll nominate your name. But what I felt is, I just did not say no first. I just told the reason why I'm not ready. First I told that, hey manager, I was like, I want to improvise the current process. I just want to improvise in that, because what I feel is I did not perform well. I did not give my best in the current process. So I just don't want to switch over to the another process right now. Rather, I'll just improvise in the current process. And I then I said no, no, I won't. I'll be working in this process. Sorry if I'm rude. I just added this. So this is what I just disagree or say no. I'll just explain the reason first why I'm not ready. Sir, did I answer your question, sir?
Yeah, it's okay. It's nothing like
Yeah.
answering. You just go ahead. That's all. These are
Yeah.
all just
Okay.
comments. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, sir. Then Nanda Kumar, in the interview of non-core industry, they will ask, why do you want to join such a company? Yes. And being an engineer, how convincingly we should answer? Yeah. uh yeah, even they asked me why Amazon. And yes, of course, I told yes, it has its own brand. And I told them, like, I was not very good at chemical engineering. In my academics I was not good at, but I need a job. I did engineering, spent a lot of money, my parents money I spent a lot. I just want a job. And it's a very good MNC company. And I heard Amazon have a very good work culture. Yeah, it does have. um it have a very good, very good, not much restrictions and all. And these leadership principles, before going to the interview, I just saw about these leadership principles also. I was surfing about Amazon. And yeah, I like the company, and I like the people work, not much stress and all. I was just saying all these things, and they asked me whether you want to do MTech or something. They just want to check my consistency, whether I'll be sustaining here for long time or not. Yeah, I said I don't have idea of doing MTech right now. They was little convinced. And also in my interview I explained about my part-time job also, and she was little impressed because of that. Yeah, that's what. I hope I answered Nandakumar. Okay, Neetu, my okay. Gokul. Would like to hear from you, Akka, when to say no and in what way it should be taken to oneself. Like, I feel if we say no, it underestimate our capability among peers. Wish to know your opinion on how it impacts our leadership quality. Would you like to hear from? Okay, when to say no. Okay, when to say no. Okay, and in what way it should be taken to oneself. Mm, Gokul, can you ask this question in Tamil? Can you hear me, Gokul? Hello. Okay. How it impacts? Yeah, as I said, actually saying no it does not impact your leadership quality. First, you just have to explain why you are saying no, why you are not with that idea. That's what important. And in even in our practical life, we say no to many things. Like, I will say a practical example. Don't no, don't judge me much, but I have only one example right now, just cracked in my mind. So everyone like will undergo through will undergo, like, we have to get married, and this procedures we just have to take decision whether that person will suit you or not. We can't say yes to all the people, and we just have to say no for many people and accept one. So saying no in that time is actually fine. We just have to be a little humble and convince them why you are saying no, one, why you are not comfortable or something. So it does not impact leadership value only it it impacts when you are very rude and you are not trying to explain or portray your ideas before them. So you just can't blindly say no to something. You just have to convince the opposite person why you are saying no. That's what I want to say.
Yeah,
Okay, Google, did I answer your
but
question?
that's a very difficult thing to practice,
Uh,
right?
yes, yes.
One more, I just want to ask. I think we are so soon close to an hour. Time went off so, but I just want to ask the question. Towards the end of your
Okay, sir.
leadership things, you said like we can discuss, deliberate uh, during a team meeting, but at the end of the
Yes.
meeting, as a team, we should stick to a decision, and or rather, we should be committed to a decision if the decision is taken, even though if the
Hmm.
decision is not the one that we have proposed. So let's say
Yes.
for there are like 10 people,
Hmm.
maybe the decision proposed by somebody else is going to be finalized as a team. But once it's finalized as a team, we need to
Hmm.
stick to the decision and not see who has proposed. And tomorrow, even if it goes wrong, we should not say that like
Yes.
Annike na sonene, that should have been done or something
Exactly.
like that. This is something
Exactly.
I find it interesting. So maybe you can
Yes.
explain it a little more,
Yeah.
or see
Yeah.
that how this can be, uh,
Hmm.
how uh, how one can develop this attribute, because it's very difficult to develop,
Hmm.
especially given the adolescence. We will An young blood will
Hmm.
always have that my decision has to be implemented. So this is,
Yeah.
I want your reflections on this.
Yeah, okay. I'll take a simple example. It will be very simple, but it will no it will actually impact a lot. It's a very simple example. As a team, we will be planning no team outings. It's no we'll be having a team meeting for discussing about the team meeting where we are going, because people will be interested in many things. There are standard thumb rules we follow for going an outing. So we just have to decide where we have to go, only the place. For that, there will be a lot of suggestions and ideas. I'm just giving you an simplest example. One will be like we'll go for a lunch and a movie. One will be like we'll go for a theme park. And after deciding, okay, we'll go for a theme park, the same theme park many will might have already gone. They'll be like, I have been already there. So a lot of I like this is also a very simple thing. For this also we will having a small team meeting, and finally we have to come out with only one place, only one day time is there, and we have to go for one as a team we have to go only one place. So finally we have to decide a place, even though people will be having lot of things in our mind. After that we can't after going after going to that outing, yeah, நான் அப்பவே சொன்னேன் இது ரொம்ப மொக்கையான place அப்படின்னு. We can't say that. We should not say that, but we just have to, no, in the time we did not go, this time we did not go to this place, next time we'll just go to that place or something. So this is simple example I can give. This happens, no, whenever we have team meetings, when we discuss about some process ideas or something, this happens. But maybe it won't be like very big impact on one decision. But finally manager also will have a no like a good like he'll be sound finally. Like if he have a lot of confusions, finally he have to take up the call and we have to go according to that. Even he's one of the leaders and we are also leaders, we have to just stick to his ideas. We just have to commit it. That's the leadership principle says.
Yeah, so that's nice. So that's good.
Yeah.
I'd like
So
to add to this that working as it this accepting others' decision comes into practice only when you start experiencing or working in teams. Right, the first time you work and you will have some opinion about something and it might not be accepted by everyone, but the net result is that the project is a success. Whatever the meeting is a
Yes.
thing. So that time, after the seeing the results, okay, if we had done this, we would have maybe our productivity would have been low or something. You might get to know your inference. So you learn from your experience. So in my first year during my masters, I was working in a team with Chinese people. I was we Indians, there were two Indians and there were two Chinese. So we were of the opinion that for a particular submission, rather than just strictly following to the guidelines or the template, I mean, not the template, to the instructions given by the professor, try to put in some logical input into it, right? But we were of that thoughts, and we said to them, don't just follow exactly what he says, put some logic into it. But what he said, those people said was, no, I think this is better, and we were not able to accept it. But finally, their decision, they dominated us. They submitted the proper, literally the same thing what was asked to be followed. They did the same thing and they submitted it. But we did get good marks, but there was a missing of logic over there. So from that I learned that sometimes losing on our opinion is not wrong. So
Yeah.
it comes with experience.
Yeah, even we faced this as a team while organizing alumni meet. We had a lot of confusions, and even while organizing a cape, we had a lot of fights. And within teams, we used to, like, even for choosing food items, also we were fighting. Yeah, this must be the menu. This must be, even that was there. Like, we will have a lot of ideas. We'll fight, but at the end, the event will actually will come out well, because as a team we'll fight, as a team we'll just go and commit with the opinions. That's all.
yeah. And then finally, anyhow, Srinidhi will make a very best menu so that we will
Exactly.
forget everything.
Yes, for each and everything we'll fight, of course. Without
No,
fighting, it won't come up
the
well.
point is, finally, Srinidhi, Neetu will come, or the more fondly known by her, that name will come with some different menu, and it will work out, and in that menu, all the differences are forgotten.
Because of her only, sir, we could arrange that balloon arc, because she planned the menu such a way that around 1,500 bucks will reduce in that menu, so that we'll just accommodate that money in that balloon decoration. That's because of her only.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So any other questions? If I think we have crossed an hour. So if there are no questions, I think I would just throw open probably from 18 batch. Who wants to talk?
Yeah, sir, I'll do.
Yeah.
Hi, Hari.
Yeah. So I've been seeing Shravani right from university, and the Shravani that spoke today is totally different from the Shravani I saw when she graduated.
Quarantine effect.
No, he has not
I
told
mean,
which is better, huh?
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, you didn't tell me which is
so,
better.
she right from college she had the quality of working hard and trying to produce her best, but
Okay.
back then she was not confident enough on herself. But now I could see that she has got confidence in herself and she has the potential to take her own decisions sometimes, right? So she has changed a lot, and her experience plays a big role in this change. And some things I liked about her presentation was, one is about these noting down everything, every single expenditure or whatever, this thing. I would like to throw upon my side of it, because um, I've been in Adelaide, Australia for about 1.5 years.
Hmm.
So only the first month after I came here, I don't have my records of my expenses, right?
Hmm.
Because I was in the first month I was busy with looking out the places and checking what are all available, etc. Right from the second month, I landed here on in the end of February or March, I'm not sure. And right from April, I have my day-to-day expenses. So it's not a matter how much you spend, but it is better to note down what you expend, so that
Yeah.
you get to know, you at the end of the month you get to know how much you have spent your money, and
Hmm.
what all you have spent. You can find out what is unnecessary and what is necessary. So this will really help you during the time of your crisis, right?
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
this I learned from my parents, because my father was, in the beginning he was not earning enough. So at that time, my mother used to see the cost of vegetables in all the shops. And
Hmm.
if they were they were in UAE, so the
Hmm.
difference of just pills, that is in terms of Indian rupees, just paise, one
Hmm.
shop might just sell the same vegetable at a maybe 10 paise less,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
She would walk all the way till that shop, buy
Hmm.
that, and come back. So
Hmm.
it during the time of crisis, it will really help you to know, when
Hmm.
you note down everything whatever you're spending, and it will help you to analyze yourself what
Okay.
you're spending on, and to think whether it is necessary or not.
Yeah.
That's one thing I liked about the talk. And
Okay.
another aspect, what was good about is
Hmm.
questioning yourself, or asking, like, whether you're not done the right thing or not.
Yeah.
And I mean, taking the action immediately on spot at the
Yeah.
present. So
Yes.
that is really required for you to become successful in life.
Yes.
Postponing things will not help.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And
also
yeah,
thinking
Thanks,
about past and
thanks.
future does not works.
Yeah, thanks, Hariharan. So, anybody
yeah.
else from that same batch wants to speak from the 18th
Yes,
batch?
yes, sir. Anush here.
Yeah, Anush.
Hey,
Yeah, yes,
Anosh.
sir. Yeah, hi, Shravani. That was
Hmm.
actually a good speech. It was really motivating for us,
I hope.
Yes,
I hope it
you're
was not
all.
boring.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Actually, my managing director used to say, risk
Hmm.
எடுக்காதவன் வந்து
Hmm.
he'll not see anything in life.
Okay.
So actually, your decision in the meantime of your work, actually, it has to be appreciated. Like
Okay.
நான் அந்த இடத்துல இருந்து அந்த decision எடுத்திருப்பேனா பெரிய question mark.
It
So
depends on the situation, Anush.
No,
It
let him
depends on.
respond. It's okay. You
Hmm.
need not let him speak.
yeah, but anyhow, actually, I salute you. Personally, சொல்லணும்னா I salute you. Actually, like ரொம்ப disclaimer கொடுக்கணும்னு நினைக்க வேணாம். But this is actually, நான் தான் சொன்ன மாதிரி நான் அந்த இடத்துல இருந்து அந்த decision எடுத்திருப்பேனாங்கிறது ஒரு டவுட்டான விஷயம் தான். பட் வந்து ஒரு 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 ஃபீமேல் கேண்டா இருந்துட்டு இவ்வளவு விஷயம் பண்றது தட் இஸ் ஆக்சுவலி டு பி அப்ரிஷியேட்டட். அண்ட் நீ சொன்ன மாதிரி ஐ மீன் ரிஸ்க்ங்கிறது எல்லாருக்கும் வரதுதான். ஸோ வி மஸ்ட் பி ஏபிள் டு டேக் இட் அண்ட் லைக் ஐ மீன் எல்லாருக்கும் ஒரே மாதிரி லைஃப் அமைஞ்சிராது. ஸோ ஆஸ் யூ
Hmm.
செட், மை பாயிண்ட் இஸ் ரிஸ்க் எல்லாருக்கும் வரும். அதை வந்து நம்ம எப்படி எடுத்துட்டு போறோம்ங்கிறது நீ சொன்னது தட் பாயிண்ட் வாஸ் ஆக்சுவலி நைஸ் என்னை
Hmm.
பொறுத்த வரைக்கும். அண்ட்
Okay.
அதெல்லாம் பேசிட்டாங்க எல்லாரும். பட் anyhow, actually it was a good
Yeah.
talk.
Okay, Anush.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
sir, Nataraj is also with me. He also wants to speak
Wants
something.
to speak. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Nataraj.
hi, Natrajanna.
Hi, hi,
Yeah,
sir.
Nataraj.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hi,
Nataraj, you
Shravani.
can speak.
Yeah, sir. Thank you. Actually, தேங்க் காட் தான் சொல்லணும். ஸ்ரவணியோட டைம் ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ற மாதிரி எனக்கு ஆக்சுவலா ப்ராஜெக்ட் அமைஞ்சது. கௌதம் சார் கீழே பண்ணதுனாலதான் ஸ்ரவணியை மீட் பண்ண முடிஞ்சது. ஸ்ரவணி ஒரு லைக் ஒரு ப்ராட் மைண்டட் கேர்ள். எப்படி சொல்ல, நான் ஆக்சுவலா என்ன எக்ஸ்பிரஸ் பண்ணனும் தெரியல. பிராங்கா சொன்னா எந்த அலுமினி மீட்லயுமே ஃபுல்லா பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணாம எல்லாமே வீடியோல யூடியூப்ல அப்லோட் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் பாத்துட்டு இருந்தேன். ஸ்ரவணிக்காக பார்த்தே ஆகணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி 8-1 இருந்து ரெக்கார்டுக்கு முன்னாடில இருந்து ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி பார்த்து, இதுல வேற அனுஷ்க்கு போன் கால்ஸ் வந்து கட் ஆகி எப்படி சொல்ல, ஸ்டார்டிங்ல இருந்து ஈவன் காலேஜஸ்ல இருந்தது, ஹரி சொன்ன மாதிரி காலேஜ்ல இருந்தது அப்போ வேற மாதிரி இருந்தது, இப்போ பேசுறது ரொம்பவே டிஃபர் ஆகுது. ஸ்டில் வந்து என்ன இம்ப்ரெஸ் பண்றது நிறைய எதுன்னா, ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஜாப் அது வந்து அது ஹானஸ்டா இல்ல, அதை நான் விடுவேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி போல்டா எடுத்த டிசிஷன். அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன ஆனாலும் சரி, நான் என்னோட இதை வந்து ஓனா தான் மேனேஜ் பண்ணிப்பேன்னு சொல்லி போன அந்த ட்ரங்க் அண்ட் மங்கி. அதுக்கப்புறமா திரும்ப ஏதாவது ஒரு வழியில வருவேன்னு சொல்லி சென்னைக்கு வந்து கம்பெனி இன்டர்வியூஸ் அட்டன் பண்ணது. திரும்ப நெக்ஸ்ட் திரும்பவும் போய் அமேசான்ல ஜாயின் பண்ணது. ஸ்டில் அதெல்லாம் ஆக்சுவலா அந்த இடத்துல இருந்தா நான் அனு சொன்ன மாதிரிதான் என்ன பண்ணுவோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி யோசிக்காம டக்குன்னு அடுத்து சரி அடுத்து யாராவது ஒருத்தவங்க சஜஷன் கொடுக்குறாங்க அதை ஃபாலோ பண்ணுவோம் அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரிதான் இருப்போம். எனக்கு ஒரு ரோல் மாடல் என்னோட ஜூனியர் செட்லயும் சீனியர் செட்லயுமே காலேஜ்ல பார்த்து ரொம்ப இம்ப்ரெஸ் ஆனதுன்னா ஸ்ரவணி கேரக்டர். ஈவன் ப்ராஜெக்ட்ல ஒரு தடவை சாப்பிடாம வெயிட் பண்ற மாதிரி ஆயிடுச்சு, லேட் ஆச்சு, ஒன்னும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை அப்படின்னு விட்டுட்டேன். அதுக்கப்புறம் திடீர்னு வந்து கதவை தட்டி ஒருத்தங்க வந்து ஏஸ்கேல சாப்பாடு கொடுத்துட்டு போனாங்க. என்னன்னு கேட்டா ஸ்ரவணி ஆர்டர் பண்ணி வெளியில இருந்து வாங்கி கொடுத்து விட்டா அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு போனாங்க. சோ அதெல்லாம் மறக்கவே முடியாது. அண்ட் தேங்க்யூ ஸ்ரவணி.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so the success itself is in terms of what Nataraj has said, that he has not opted to come probably online for all the 17 talks, and the 18th talk Nataraj even could not resist.
And also in the meeting lane namakku therinjirukum sir, she has been how so close to all the people.
Yeah, so we will just take one final comment. Probably PG is there. PG can speak.
Yes sir. Yes sir.
Yeah,
yes sir.
So with that we will end. PG, yeah, you can.
Yes sir, actually sir, during the last meet you asked me how I know about about Sindhu Akka and all. Sir, the answer to that question was actually it was only because of Shravani Akka, Prasanna Anna, Anush Anna, Atul Anna and all those people, because like during break times they I mean as soon as the bell rings they usually they come to our class immediately to make some announcements or to tell us something and all that. So in third semester sir, to be honest I actually knew more of their classmates than my own, sir.
So they never allowed you to enjoy your interval.
No sir, I didn't mean like that. They were not strict and all. They were actually very friendly. Initially I thought during third semester I was worried about like how the seniors will be will they be dominating and all that, but it was not. Actually they were very very friendly, and so yeah. Yes sir. So and so that's how I came to know about Shravani Akka, and so she is a very friendly person and all. And regarding today's talk, Akka, thanks for a very motivating talk. You gave a very simple and very the examples which are faced by almost everyone. So I liked all that, and I also liked the Bhagavad Gita example that you gave, Akka. So thanks for your talk today.
Thank you, Aditya. Because of you only, I just had an idea to just give a talk. Because of you, you just texted me in Instagram. Thank you so much, Adi.
So that means all juniors should now catch hold of a senior, so that we will keep continuing it. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
So if there are. I think, is there anybody else wants to speak or?
Hello.
Gokul.
Gokul, yeah.
Hi, Ka.
Hey,
okay,
Gokul.
good to see you in this Gmeet, Ka. After a long time.
After a long time, we are.
So everyone is here. Adi Anna, Prasanna Anna, Anush Anna, Hari Anna, everyone is here. So I would like to frame this point. One good thing as your immediate junior batch, one really a good positive thing that we learned is that work as a team and win as a team. That bubbling with energy, we work, and it's not. You always told us like it's not the end result which is important, but we're working as a team and the process which is more
Yeah.
important. That seriously, that is a great message we learned from your batch in organizing these whatever is alumni meet, CAPE or chapters day, engineers day, whatever it is. That is really a great message that as a junior, personally, I learned from your batch. And another personal message I still carry with me is that you have told me that overthinking is always bad for you.
Because
So
I do a
seriously,
lot.
seriously, that message I would like to take. And one more thing from you, what as a junior I learned is that the finest of things also important in all the event. Even that will be like a great factor in an event. So the finest detail also is most important in organizing an event. So that I learned from you. So I'll take this to thank you so much, Aga.
Thank you,
Have
Gokul.
a successful career. Thank you, Go.
Thank you, Gokul.
Yes. So that's nice. Okay. So I think somebody has commented. Who is that? Acha, Prasanna.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Right.
Good.
Okay. So
Sir, can I just add one thing?
yeah. Add.
Yeah. Hi, Shravani. It was excellent.
Hi,
I
Adi.
think நீ பேசுறத கேட்டு எங்க அம்மா வந்து இத பண்ணு அப்படின்னு நடுவுல வந்து சொல்லிட்டு போனாங்க.
Okay. Okay.
So it was really good.
Okay.
One thing that I'd like to add here is, so during any tough time that you face, you actually come to know your hidden potential. So
Yeah.
I want you guys to take Shravani's, whatever she has faced in these past 2 years as an example. How she has seen certain tough situations in her life and how she had that will that she had to cross it and come. So it's only because of that will that she could cross it and come. So if you have the thought, you can actually do anything that you want. So that's one good quality that Shravani has, and I want everybody to actually implement that.
Good.
So good
so
job,
that-
Shravani.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Adi.
so that's a nice, very summary, a sweet single line summary. So thank you all, and thanks Shravani. So it is very nice that you have come to share. And as I said, not just your junior, your next 2 years junior, everybody is very fond of, and so do also your senior. So
Yeah.
that's itself gives a message to the present generation that we have a senior, an immediate junior, and a sub junior, all appreciating the good efforts that you have done. So thanks a lot, and thanks
Thank
to
you, sir.
all of you for being on this session.
Thank you so much, all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye bye.